they gotta worry all the time about,
Yeah, the police,
you're
I was
okay.
sitting on the curb last night and the police came up and I was scared that he got out of the car and he said, does anybody know Kristiana Nelson? And I was like, yeah.
They were looking for you.
So everybody, no one said anything. And when he left, he said, tell her that her daughter wants her to call her.
Oh. My name is Naida. Thank you so much for giving us the time to interview you. I appreciate your time. So first, what's your name and how old are you?
My name is Kristiana, and I'm 60 years old.
Okay. Where are you from, Kristiana?
So originally from New York, but I came to Boston 30 years ago.
30 years?
Yeah.
Okay. What brought you here to Boston?
My husband
Okay.
was in Boston, so I moved here to be with him.
Is he still around?
Yeah, he's in our house, but I'm not allowed to go there.
Okay. So, you're from New York, came here a while ago. Are you currently homeless?
Yes.
Okay. How long have you been homeless for?
That's a few months now. But
few months.
I've been homeless before, and I come here constantly, which is why everything kind of crashed and burned, which I knew was going to happen.
You talk a little bit local.
Which I knew was going to happen.
Just a little bit louder.
Yes, I've been coming here to this particular place since 2017.
Okay.
A lot. And it's gotten me in a lot of trouble because I've lost jobs over it. I've caused my children stress. But that's not, I've been doing this my whole life.
Okay.
So I started using when I was 19.
Okay.
So that's a long time since I'm 60.
That is a long time. 40 years.
It's ruined my life.
Of course.
There were good times in between, but I always have done it. Even, like I always say, I was sober for 8 years, but that's not true because I've had little episodes where I disappear, but the runs get longer and longer, and then I knew this was coming. It just kind of crashed and burned. It can go really fast, lose your job, don't have, lose your...
We can't do this with this music playing.
At home anymore, lose relationships. I lost my car. And, I'm an educated woman. I have had really good jobs.
So, what led to you being homeless?
Smoking crack.
Okay. That would have been my next question is what's your drug of choice?
Yes.
Okay, and it's crack.
Crack.
So from 19 years old?
Yes.
Okay. Who introduced you to that? How did you get into it?
We did powder. It was a thing that was in the 80s.
Right. They call it the rich man drug.
People snorted coke.
Right.
So we did that, and then at some point, I don't remember how, but we started cooking it ourselves. And then crack came out. And back then the cocaine was really good. It's not good anymore. So it was crazy. You would take a hit and pass out basically.
It was so
strong.
potent.
It was so potent. It's not like that now anymore. So, people's geeks were really weird back in the day. But and it really grabbed you, and yes, I've been in trouble ever since. And for me, and I've always done this, I don't want to deal with it after I know I've messed up. Then I don't call anybody. I just kind of keep high until whatever. It could be 2 days, it could be a week, 2 weeks, a month. I ended up homeless before when my kids were little. Yeah, it was horrible. I suffered a lot. People always say that, addicts are selfish, but the drug just takes over. But you're still miserable and you just want to stay high because you don't want to think about it, the things that you've done. I have a conscience. Absolutely. And I wanted to be with my children, but it was it's hard to think that you could get back, but I did.
And you can again.
I can, yeah.
You can.
But it's hard, you know.
I know it's no joke. It's no joke, but there's hope out there. You can definitely get back. Your babies and your husband.
I mean, they're grown now, but they're still worried.
Of course they're worried. They gotta worry all the time about,
Yeah, the police,
if you're
I was
okay.
sitting on the curb last night and the police came up and I was scared that he got out of the car and he said, does anybody know Kristiana Nelson? And I was like, yeah.
They were looking for you.
So everybody, no one said anything. And when he left, he said, tell her that her daughter wants her to call her.
Oh.
So I started crying. I don't have a phone right now. Somebody let me use their phone and I called her. So that was good. So she knows I'm safe. But
You called her?
Yeah.
Okay, good. If
But,
you needed to
it's
call her,
hard-
I'll
it
let you
was-
call her.
It's hard. I don't want to deal with it because it's hard to hear what she says. Then I called her again today. They love me. My kids love me.
Of course
And
they love
they
you.
don't want to see me. I mean, to think about their mother out on the street, it's really horrible.
It is. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. They don't want to see you out here. So what was life like growing up?
So my dad was a heroin addict. And
You know what? We need to move. Hold on. Well, right when I say that, she turns the music
Can you pause it? Nikki!
She turned it off.
Just turn the music off while we're almost done.
If you don't mind. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay.
I was always the black sheep. And so I got in trouble and I started acting out a lot, drinking,
Okay.
and just progressed from there, I was very shy and I had like anxiety, a lot of anxiety, to the point like I had anxiety attacks where I would start shaking, sweating. I would even faint in certain situations. But I would tell my mother, she's like, just get a grip, But back then you didn't see psychiatrists and stuff, but I couldn't control it. So the drinking helped.
Okay.
Like drugs would just, help me calm that anxiety.
Okay.
So I did start seeing a psychiatrist then when I was in my 30s, and I took a medication and it helped, and I got rid of that. But I still have a lot of anxiety, where like my mind is always, and then I go back and think about things and what I've done, and so I just want to stay high all the time,
Yeah. It's hard to face the reality of what's going on.
But I've gotten sober before, and I can do it again.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's the worst thing that's happened to you out here?
I've been almost killed. I mean,
Really?
yeah, it's a dangerous place. Back in the day in the Common, I was in an alley with someone, and next thing I know, his hands are around my neck.
What happened?
His hands are around my neck.
Oh my
And
God.
I thought like this is it, and it's happened a few times. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, that's very scary.
It is very scary.
Very scary. So what was life like previous to the drugs? Like you said, you had a lot of jobs and stuff like that, and education.
I went to college. I graduated with a degree in economics, cum laude. I was
Oh,
a
wow.
really good student. Yeah.
Okay.
And but I never used that. When I moved up here, I got an executive assistant job, and I've done that ever since. But I have a long resume. Usually, I've worked at Sanofi for pharmaceuticals for 12 years.
Wow.
I'm good at it, so I make good money, and but this stuff messes it up.
Just
You know, I
drags
don't
you
show
down.
up for work, and that's it.
So hard. Are you personally ready to stop? Yet?
Yes, I just got out of rehab, but I went to a halfway house and I hated it, so I came back here. But I'm going to try again, and
That's good.
I want to be sober. I do. I can't stay away.
Yeah, never give up. Never give up. How do you support yourself out here?
Different ways.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. What's rock bottom for you?
Rock bottom is, losing my relationship with my children would be the worst thing that could happen to me.
Okay.
material things, you can always get them back.
Yes.
But the relationship with my children, and I still have that. They love me.
Of course they love you.
But
They'll always love
that,
you.
knowing that I've hurt them is painful.
It is, but you know what? When you get clean, that's all that will matter. All the hurt and the pain in the past won't matter. They'll just be happy that you're safe and you're clean again.
That's true.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any advice for anybody who's never done drugs?
Don't ever start.
Right.
Honestly, I mean, it's a nightmare, really.
Who got you started, or what got you started?
Group of friends, like starting with a powder cocaine and then moving on to that. The group that I hung out with did drugs and, smoked weed, drinking. They were not like a clean cut group necessarily.
Okay, one more last question. What have you learned being out here on the streets?
That it's not the life that anybody would want. It's hard. It's really hard.
It is hard. And you gotta ask yourself, is it worth it?
No, it's not.
Here?
It's not. No. But once you're out here and you've lost everything, it's really hard to get back. But there are services. I'm going to be speaking with someone tomorrow about alternatives to do something again to get out of here. Yeah.
Yes. Because I can see you don't belong out here.
No.
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 You should be waking up in the morning in your house, drinking your coffee, reading your paper, whatever, and then going about your day,
Yeah.
And I see great things for you. I'm just
Thank
hoping and
you.
praying you get off the street, get back to your daughters, because
Thank
you know
you.
they love you and they miss you. And I wish you the best. And I thank you again for the opportunity to hear your story.
Thank you.